Skinamarink, one of the most polarizing horror films to come out in 2022 due to its heavy analog horror aesthetics and its slow and unconventional storytelling, creating a split between general audiences. However, word of mouth grew around Reddit and YouTube and became a popular subject to talk about. This was also around the time when analog horror web series would become extremely popular. But to say that analog horror was the main influence in Skinamarink, you would be kind of right, but he also comes from the style of Kyle Edward Ball, the director and writer of Skinamarink. He already had a long history of directing short films in this VHS horror style. Before he began to post these shorts, he would explain in interviews how he was influenced by a few directors, with one standout being David Lynch, known for his unorthodox story structure and nightmarish style in his films.
We've met before, haven't we?
With this, he would create the channel Bitesized Nightmares. Like the name suggests, Bitesized Nightmares is Kyle's collection of short films about nightmares. He would get requests from YouTube commenters and he would take those experiences and reinterpret them in his own style. A style that still to this day feels unique and terrifying. He would make his first nightmare short on May 11, 2017. Damn, 7 years ago? Jesus Christ, what have I been doing? In total, he had made 39 nightmare shorts, all of which tackled different nightmare topics like mazes, basements, mirrors, doors, and lots more. In each of these shorts, we never see whose perspective we follow, which implies that the viewer is in this perspective, stuck in this place, letting the viewer immerse himself in Kyle's nightmarish world that we cannot escape from. Kyle's cinematography is slow and stilted. Rarely it moves until the next scene happens, letting the viewer take in the eerie environment. However, one of Kyle's strongest elements he has in these shorts are the sounds. Probably one of the most overlooked elements in any horror media. It feels familiar, yet something's off about it, and the heavy use of noise distorts the viewer's perspective. Kyle uses to his advantage with his haunting narration and the subtle atmospheric sounds accompanied by the horrors that awaits you. You feel like you remember these sounds integrated in your head, but you can't recognize it. In an interview, Kyle said that he hoped people's minds will be playing tricks on them. Some of my favorite ones he has made has been Maze, Laughing, Alone, Doll, Choke, and Basement Stairs. But each of his films will stand out to each individual. I just found these topics way more terrifying than others. In fact, I think that's what's intriguing about this. Kyle has mentioned that he kept noticing patterns when viewers are simulating their nightmares. People kept commenting on my videos with the exact same dream they had. It's a common intrinsic part of humanity. Everyone, I think, has a version of this dream. It's such a fascinating thought that you can have the same or similar dreams to one another, you would just never know it. Whilst the majority of his channel will consist of these nightmare shorts, he would also release some other videos like his relaxing, soothing music. And one short, being a 30-minute proof of concept of this style working as a feature called Heck. As the synopsis says, a little kid wakes up in the middle of the night to the sound of his mom's television blaring. Everything about this film feels nostalgic, yet of course something feels so off about it. We see the kid doing mundane kid things like cleaning up and watching the TV, but wondering where his mom is. He's doing these tasks around the room in complete darkness, illuminated by the TV playing vintage cartoons. An era of cartoons in which people found really creepy, especially with the sped up music. We witness this kid's slow descent into a dark path as weeks and months goes by with nobody to look after him, stuck in this dark place. The one chance the kid gets to see the mother, and she's terrifying. No expressions, no movement, just her face staring down on the kid in disgust or shame or displeasure. As the film progresses, not each day, but each sleep, the kid grows up, still in the same house with the TV on. After 18,694 sleeps later, we see someone on the stairs, but God knows who that is, as its white eyes pierce below the stairs. The voice at the end is more matured, but distorted and scared tone in a way that feels so unnatural, begins to say this. This short film fucking wrecked me. I have never felt that sense of dread and bleakness from a short film before, and there's a lot to dissect here. This film is leaning towards a more darker family horror film, and it works so well. It explores themes of child neglect and what it does to a person long term. How I interpret Heck is that we follow this innocent kid who is well behaved and has done nothing wrong. And yet, he is stuck in this isolating house, which is supposed to be occupied by his mother, but she's nowhere to be found. Even when the kid is shouting her name, she's nowhere for him to be comforted by, to be told what to do or not to do, to be there for him as a parent. You see the kid trying his best to impress his mother, from cleaning up for himself and trying to do things by himself, like going to the kitchen, but he injures himself, and yet nothing happens. He's trapped in this house with nothing but the darkness and the television, like he's neglected or wanting to be forgotten in this world. The mother wants to forget this boy exists, maybe because she didn't want the kid, maybe she didn't want to deal with his cancer. We would never know. The mother we saw is terrifying, yet the boy wants to love his mother. Despite the neglect, he loves her. This segment is a bit off script, I didn't write this part, but when you look in the house, it should be a comforting place to be in, a safe place for any kid that represents them and the love that he feels from the parents. But this house is hollow, there's nothing to be feeling home about. It's a sense of danger and darkness. You don't really want to live here, but this kid lives here, and he's stuck in this house. The kid doesn't know the concept of time because of the vintage cartoons and TV, and his mother not letting him know what's happening. So instead of days goes by, he has to base his time by how many sleeps. And he's had 18,694 sleeps, aka an average of 51 years. Trapped in this house. He is a grown man by the end of this film, but his mind is stuck as a child, longing for love of his parents. And this film shows the everlasting damages it does to a kid who is neglected. Without the love, he is a walking husk. He tries multiple times to end himself, with the blood gushing on the walls, his hand, and his bathroom, but he's always back in the house. He is stuck in his own personal hell as he begs for her attention. I did not expect this short, but wow, what a bleak and hopeless film Kyle managed to create in this film. What Kyle did for Heck had manifested into one of the most talked about horror films in 2022, Skinamarink. I would definitely recommend watching Heck, but just a cautionary warning. Anyway, I'll make sure the next upload will be a bit happier. Depends on how I feel. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.